Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bart and Stacy with the Sound Couple, and we are headed off to a place we have never been before. So this is exciting. It's the start of a 2-day gig at a casino that we haven't been at. I know we have everything we needed because the garage was pretty much empty, and so we got everything. Although, my question is, Bart, how many mixers do we have in the van?
How many mixers do we have, or how many do we need? We have 3 mixers. We can only use one at a time, or we only use one at a time. But yeah, we were talking about it when we're packing up, and it's like, how many people bring 3 mixers? Most of the gigs we do, we use our rack mixer primarily. Whoops. But we also always carry a 32R as a backup mixer, and that stays in the truck. And we use that when we're doing weddings and ceremonies and things like that. But in addition to all that, we did bring our console mixer, and that is what we're going to be trying to use today, if at all possible. In a more club situation, we like to use the console just so we're able to establish a footprint. But if that isn't the case, if they don't have a place for it, then we won't use it. Always exciting to go to a new place. We don't have much information at all. As you guys know, we typically do our Facebook and Google searches. There is really nothing as far as pictures, information. The information I got to me was go to the back, check in with security, load-ins through the vendor employee entrance. I don't know if we got to go 5 feet, 100 feet, 200 feet. So we're off to a little bit later start than I would like to be for being in a new place. Stace, there was one other thing.
And it's going to be exciting too because we get to use our DMX splitter for the lights. It is exciting.
That's exciting?
It is.
Yeah, there's been a lot of discussions over our Don or DMX wireless. And not only is it exciting because we get to do an extra set, so the band is actually playing 5 hours, which...
Oofta.
And we're doing 2 nights. We decided that we're probably, with the exception of maybe the hazer and the fogger, for the main lighting, we're going to go with a wired setup and using our DMX splitter. And so we remembered to bring that as well. And then I think the last thing I want to bring up is we'll probably, since we are using our whole system, and that's a little bit unusual for a casino gig too, but I'm going to probably be setting up Worx Control. And sad to say, we've been getting a lot of inquiries about our CDL speakers, and it looks like PreSonus has at least stopped the CDL standard ones and are only making the Ps, which is really disappointing. So grab them while you can still get them. We've thought about it, but I think we're going to stick with what we have. But we're going to still show you Worx Control again anyway. All right, guys, another hour or so to the gig, and we'll see you when we get there. Woohoo! We need to find the employee security entrance around back. I'm gonna guess. Isn't this always the joy of showing up at a gig? That's the hotel. I'm wondering if around back is probably
that way.
That way, but should we see if we can
see what this brings us?
We're gonna have to turn around, I think.
Yep.
But I think we found our spot, Stacy.
Okay, we ended up going through there, and all we got to do is just back up and go through there.
All right, guys, we are here. Hey, here's a familiar light board.
CamSys Quick Q10.
This is a smaller one. I think that we had I have to look in the video. It was a Quick 20, I believe. Or it looks the same. So it looks like they have lighting here for us, which that's good. I just made sure it was working. I don't know what we're gonna do with Miss Stacy, if she's gonna come up here then and run lights from up here, or we're just gonna kind of turn them on and let them go. And I'm trying to determine if we bring in a console or we use the rack mixer. We could maybe put the console over there, but I don't know what these tables are here are for, and I don't see anybody in here that we could talk to per se, but doesn't look like the bar is even open at the moment. So jury's still out. I think we'll probably just, not even sure what we'll do for PA yet. I don't think we need to have it real loud. Probably go with 2 subs and 1 CDL top is kind of what I'm gathering. But yeah, It's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'll keep thinking about it. We got plenty of power along the back wall here. We decided to go with the full system. They have lights here, so that's going to cut down on a lot of our time. It's almost 4. We don't play till 7:30, and there's the pillars right here, just kind of blocking the sight lines to the stage. We opted to go to the inside of the pillars, which makes the most sense. It's going to squeeze the band a little bit, but there's plenty of room up here for 3 people still across the front. So I'm not too worried about that. And then we decided we're going to go with the board. I talked to the club manager, and we're going to go way back there. So this is going to be a little bit of a test of wireless because our router is back there. We're going to run the Cat 5 snake back there, but we're going to be running our Freedom sticks and potentially hazer and fog. We'll see how far we end up going. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that yet, but I think we're going to end up having some Wi-Fi, having to go from there all the way here, which is about, I don't know, at least 50 feet. Well, actually Stacy's going to stay up here to run lights. We were thinking about unplugging the light board and moving it back there, but I think she'll kind of have a spot up here she can sit and do the lights. So we'll check in a little bit. Well guys, as promised, we got one lie and one promise. The lie was we were going to use the DMX splitter, which we didn't know they had lights here, house lights. The promise was we were going to hook up our Worx Control, and it's been a long time, but in here is just a standard Ethernet switch, and I got a bunch of Cat 5. The Cat 5 is running into the cabinets. I haven't turned them on yet. And then so I got 2 of these, one for each side. And then out of there, we got an Ethernet cable running on it looks like Stacy tacked it up. That's good, off the floor. That's running over to this one here. And the cable's right here. It's going into this, there's another switch here. And then same repeat, we're running into the Cat 5. And then we're just running out of that around here, and we're running out of into our NSB switch. So the NSB switches will handle both ABB and Ethernet protocols, so we can use this as just Ethernet control as well. And here's our ABB coming from the front of house, which is way up there, and I don't know, we got at least 100 feet. I think it's actually 150 foot Cat 5. And that's running along here, up over the door, and along the floor right there. It's kind of maybe hard to see. Stacy tacked it up nice there. And it's going all the way back to, we got our ramp there. I don't know what that door's, it doesn't look like it's being used, but just, you put it there just in case. And we're running it back here. Now the big question tonight is we are going to be running some Wi-Fi. We're going to be running this guy for our Freedom sticks, and then we're also going to be running our Donner DMXs for the foggers. So this will be kind of a test because our router, our StageBox Pro is up here. I do have the extenders. I could try those as well, the StageBox extenders, but we're going to try to go without them and see what happens.
Here's the light board that I'm going to run tonight.
Does it look familiar?
Yes,
I hope.
yes, it does look familiar. That was the quiet sound couple, loud. Kind of playing with it, seeing what's happening as I push buttons. So I get some things, some things to change. I'll play around for a little bit and let you know how it turns out.
It's about 5:30 and we are back out at the truck bringing out, we're not going to go with our hazer. We got the fogger, the band's foggers, and we're just going to go with those. And now they're setting up stage and we're going to start checking into the hotel. We got Stacy's red cart and I guess,
hey, travel smart. not dumb.
Well,
I'm no
how
dummy.
about this? Travel smarter, not harder, okay? It's about having the tools, but and then the weather's changing. It has dropped probably feels like at least 20 degrees here, huh?
Yeah.
And it's gotten cold.
Ooh, and
Whoa.
it's windy.
And the wind has picked up too.
All right.
So we're gonna go check in and then we're gonna do a sound check at some point as well. Oh, and then we have our DeWalt mobile lock out here because we're gonna leave the van parked out here. Although at a casino, I know their security here is pretty good. But it's not only our alarm, then we got the DeWalt mobile lock, that's working good. I can carry that too, you know.
I know you could.
We're gonna pack it all in.
We are.
Okay. No, that was a good idea, Stacy, bringing that. Okay, everybody, we are set up and ready to rock with plenty of time at 6:41. And so we're supplementing, of course, with our Freedom Sticks. And Stacy's over there. This is gonna be your station over here on lights. And I think you got to figure it out pretty well. Okay. So you're gonna want to be buying one of those consoles. I'm panning over here and I don't see anything. I'm trying to show off your work or your investigative.
My investigative.
Yeah.
I pretty much just figured out. I was pushing these buttons and it like bumps it.
Yeah, those are bump buttons. Okay.
Or, yeah, but so I just have to push the fader and there it goes.
But you should be able to, if you have the fader up, you should be able to just bump another one if you want. So you were talking about how can you get something more than, if you want to do blink, 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 you can.
Oh, yeah, maybe you're right in that
That's
regard.
the Luminaire does the same thing, Stace.
Okay.
When you push and hold, that's called the bump button.
Okay.
Anything else you want to share about this? Do you want to buy one of these now? We're getting people saying we should have a better light board.
No, because I don't like being attached to the stage.
Attached how?
Well, I mean, like here you gotta. I mean, I know you can probably run it from, but it's big. I mean, look at.
Okay.
We don't need another big thing.
Sometimes bigger isn't better, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we got about 50 minutes until showtime, and I'm gonna go out to front, and I got another surprise.
Ooh.
Yeah, another surprise we forgot to mention earlier. But it's a nice stage. It's actually a very nice club. I don't know if we're gonna get anybody here tonight. It's gonna be a long 7:30 to 12:30. Okay, here's the big reveal. We got the iPad that we've had forever. And ta-da, we got a companion. This is a Amazon HD Fire tablet. 11, I'll get the screen size and post it here. I don't remember, but yeah, we just picked this up and I just wanted something a little bit smaller. And I got a nice little case on it that it came with, and I'll post those things as well. But I had one of these a few years ago and it just got dated and stopped being supported. And I picked this one up this last week. And these things are, I like, I mean, the bigger iPad is always nice, but this is nice too. And a couple of the things I really like about it is when you adjust, I like how in UC Surface, how it goes to the adjustments go to the center of the screen, as opposed to on the iPad. See how it puts it above there? And this to me just seems like a little bit more out of the way most of the time. Along with it, I did get a pen because when my fingers get dry or sticky or whatever, it's just nice to have the pen. And this is kind of cool to turn it on. You just tap the top. It's got a charger here. It says it gets 15 to 18 hours out of the pen. So yeah, tonight obviously not used so much, but looking forward to using it, trying it out at gigs where we're using our rack mixer. But tonight, we're pretty much on the console. As we're waiting to get ready, I think what I'm gonna do is I got an SD card. I'm gonna record with that tonight since it's been a while. I just put it in the computer and made sure I deleted the old files on there. And let's get this going. So I'm gonna go new session. and they just start talking. We know who the band is, and I don't even remember where we're at, to be honest. Some casino. Jackpot Junction. I should know that. All right, and then we're gonna create. Now, what we're gonna do is select the tracks we wanna record. So it's kind of nice as you can do it from the console as well. We'll select, and we'll go select, and we want to do select 1 through 16 and the main left and right. We'll see how that turns out, but we got 2 nights here, so I'm going to use this as an experimentation night, and we don't have to tear down. So I got Worx Control running as well, and I will talk a little bit more about that later in conjunction with what I've already mentioned earlier. Okay, we got done with the first set of 4, and we're recording with the SD card today. So the set was 52 minutes and 58 seconds, and we got a 1 hour, just over an hour left on this card. And when you pause it, I hit the stop button right here. Keeps everything armed. So the next set, I'll just hit that, and then we'll switch out the SD card. We'll get 1 more set out of this one, and then switch it over to the next one. Stacy, it's not too often where we get to just shut everything down and leave. We got the 2 nights. So we had the first night, and we didn't know what to expect, and it actually turned out to be a pretty good night. There was some people here, and
they said more people than normal, so that's good.
And Saturday nights here are normally I guess the busier nights. So if tomorrow night's is at least as good as tonight, I think we'll be okay. Or it'll be a good weekend. So the room actually is not too bad, and the system sounds good in here. It's really idling. I was running it, was saying about 98 or so dB. We had the foggers out tonight, and they didn't have a problem with those. The lights, their house lights actually look pretty good too.
Yeah, I think the fogger helps.
The fogger always helps a little bit with that. And we brought our Freedom Sticks out tonight, and we got those charging. Yep. We brought our chargers, and so Stacy hooked those up. We have our dongles charging right here, and we got our chargers hooked up to those, so we'll just keep those up and grab those tomorrow sometime. And then I brought, hi Stacy, we brought a packing blanket for over the soundboard. I always try to bring something new, or kind of squeeze it in here. And well, not new, but just keep things fresh, keep things going. And I wanted to, so I haven't recorded with the SD card a lot. The one thing, I'm gonna have to probably do all the recording again tomorrow night, because the one thing I always forget to do with that SD card is to hit, well, tonight when I shut the board down, I forgot to hit stop. But even in conjunction with the stop, you gotta hit the save and close. And I always forget to do that. And that reminds me actually why I tend to record with the computer more, because I got to physically remember to shut that off and stop it. Where the SD card, it's just too easy to forget. And I did it again tonight all the time. Tomorrow, we're going to try it again and save and close. Anything else you want to say?
Nope. So this is note to self. Don't do what Bart did.
I got to just put a big sign or something. All right, we're gonna head back to our room. Yay! And get some sleep and get back to it tomorrow night. But good night.
Yeah.
Stacy, we're back for night number 2.
Night
number 2, and I'm gonna try SD card recording again, and it's just a matter of knowing what the heck to do. I have another card in here, and I got the SD card formatter, and I'm gonna go ahead and format that, and that shouldn't take long. And it wants my password. Okay, so that was a quick format. That didn't take long at all. And we'll end up popping that in, and then I'm going to show you something else. Typically, once they're formatted, I have just deleted off the files, but for the sake of demonstration, I just formatted it, which is really the best practice. Okay, we got the SD card from last night popped in, or one of them, and this is the results. So this is what happens when you just power off the mixer without saving, doing the save and close function first on the console. Every file here is a channel, and each one in the parentheses is reflecting a session. So I got a set and another set. And if you notice, the first one here has 635 megabytes. And that was because I stopped it. I remembered to stop the SD card recorder, so it had time to finish writing that file. The second one here, which is 0 byte, that's another set. That's me powering off the mixer and not allowing the mixer to write the file. So basically, or the reality is that this is gone. This recording there's nothing there. There's nothing you can do to get it back. That is the importance of coming in here. I don't know why it's... Oh my God.
Oh, you must be with the gang, huh? Must be with Richard and Jerry and them.
Okay, well, the mixer locked up, or didn't lock up, but it would not load this when I would not respond to this touch. So I rebooted the mixer, power cycled it, and I will try pushing this again. I got the SD card in here. See what happens. I don't know if... Let's try... Can you, Stacy, can you grab that other... This one right here? I don't know if it's the card. Then that's just not... It's not reading well. This is the one I just formatted. Sound couple real time here. See what happens now.
Oh, see, there's a difference too. Before, it wasn't reading the size.
It's still not. I don't know what to say here.
It's like movies when you get one, you gotta have more.
It's just not loading the session. Can't speed test. Can we try?
This one?
Yeah, I shouldn't just pull it out, but that's okay. You get the warning message.
Okay, again, the difference now, this one says no name.
Okay, so what is going on with our... Yeah.
So the first card, the bottom one, had no size, no label. That one has size.
Okay, let's get that, put that out of the way. No card detected.
Okay, there we go. We got a no name. There.
Well, now I want... Okay. I have no idea what's going on here, why that just happened. It's never happened before. But this is... Oh, this is one. Okay.
That's the one that's not formatted.
Well, the one that I didn't just formatted. It's formatted. So what's going on with when we...
No size, no label.
Okay, so let's pop this one back in. Did I mess something up with the formatting? Format. I wonder if you got it, if I didn't give it a volume name. We'll just call it test. Okay, so the format's complete.
Okay. And this time maybe we'll eject.
Well, it doesn't really matter. It matters. It gives you that message. The Macs give you that message because if it's writing files, they'll get corrupted. No, it's not working. Okay, I don't know why this one is not working. All right, guys, we'll keep troubleshooting this one for just another minute. Okay, I think the mystery's solved here. I grabbed these from home. This one's a 64 gig. This will not work with the mixer, so it's limited to 32 gig fat partition. So that's why the mixer was having a problem with this one. So I reformatted this one, and I'm just going to show you real quick the next thing that's very important to do. Okay, now that we got a valid card in there, we're going to go through our steps here again. And then we're going to create. Then we're going to select our channels that we want to arm or record. And it's easier to do it right from the console, I think, Stacy. And we're going to do our main left and right. I could have just hit select here too, and that would have done it. And we're going to press done. So once to record, you hit the record button. And then when you stop, you hit the stop, okay? But the last thing you need to do when you're done with this SD card,
Hit save and
you
close.
gotta press the save and close, and that is the step that's key to all of this, that's critical, is the save and close, okay?
Got it.
So tonight we're gonna remember that. Well, hey everyone, that was some sound couple real-time troubleshooting. And that is something that we probably need to show more often, Stacy, because there is so much going on at these gigs with the technology and digital mixers and everything. Not everything's going to go smoothly, and you need to know the gear. In this case, I just forgot, but I had the tools, and I jogged my memory as soon as it's like, okay, why isn't this one working? Why is this one working? And slowly narrow it down, and then like, well, I'm going to pull out the SD card, and I looked at it. It's like, oh, that's right. It has to be under. It's got a 32 gig limit. So that's kind of the process, and hopefully that kind of showed it. That was a little bit rough. I wasn't expecting that, but that is something of an example of things we just got to process through gig. We're going to go ahead and record tonight, and that's the beauty of having 2 nights in a row. Is that I can screw up one night and recover myself the next night. But who knows? Maybe I'll forget again. We'll see. Okay, some of you have been asking about our processing settings on our CDLs, and there isn't too much exciting going on here. I got Worx Control up here. We got our subs. We're looking at the subs here, the CDL 18s, and we're managing them as a group. If you go into the gear wheel here, you can see that we're just running them flat, so it has a 35 to 90 hertz, so the cutover is at 90. I think I've been saying 100 to some people, but it's actually 90. And then we're just running a slight bit of compression, 2:1 at a minus 2.5 threshold. And that is it for the subs. And then for our CDL 12s, the mains, again, we're running those as a group. We're going in the gearbox, and we run these in a configuration of just one box. That's just my preference. I think they sound a little bit full. If we select 2, kind of cuts some of the meat out of the box a little bit. I leave it at 1 regardless of how many boxes we have. We have it set to the 90 hertz. And then again, we just have a little bit of compression here at a 2:1 at a little higher threshold. So that's the long and short of our processing on the CDL cabinets. we are getting ready to start the next set, and I just wanted to update that the Wi-Fi here is doing wonderful. We got the Now Sonic down here. Stacy's connected up to the stage with her iPad, and we're not having any issues there. So good Wi-Fi, and same with the Chave and the Donners. They're not having any problems with the 50 feet or so that they got to go back to the stage.
It's 1:46 in the morning. Got done at 12:30. Hey, I think we said we were going to be out in about an hour.
I think they
did play.
they played a little extra, probably 12:35. But once again, a cleared stage by the band and the sound couple. We're going to be heading back to our hotel room and getting up in the morning, having some breakfast, and taking off. So we'll do our wrap up first thing in the morning. Or actually, not first thing in the morning, but once we hit the road, I meant to say. There we go, Stacy. What did you think of the lights?
The front lighting wasn't that great.
Front lighting wasn't that great. Anybody out there know what those are? Let us know. They look like almost theatrical lights of some sort, which they all kind of look the same, to me at least.
I don't know. I mean, you were out front more.
Yeah, they were a little under horsepowered.
Okay.
The back ones looked good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Especially with the fogger.
But the front ones were, yeah, they could have used a little bit more gas. Okay, everyone, good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
We are finally back on the road after a wonderful weekend, and as far as how it went, I liked not having to put up lights. That's always kind of a nice little added bonus. And other than that, because for the fact that it was a 2-day gig, at the end of one night, just being able to shut everything off, walk away, and then the next day come back in and turn it on.
And Stace, there is benefits to that. But the one thing that I've noticed in those situations, the whole process for a lot of the gigs we do, the setting up, my mind is getting into the groove, and walking in, it doesn't always, my mind hasn't switched over yet. Last night when the band started, whoops, yeah, the system was muted. I was thinking about the fogger, I was thinking about recording, and it's like my mental checklist didn't run through. But other than that, the weekend was fine. But it did bring up some conversations we had over the weekend, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, Stacy and I, the casino gigs, I'll put it this: they're a little bit confusing. What are they about? Who are they for? Why are we there? And I think from the venue's perspective, I think the band is window dressing. We are a diversion, but ultimately they want people on the casino floor pumping money into the slot machines. I think for us it's just keeping it in perspective, because when you're playing, of course you want people to be there, and actually the people that were there, Stacy, were enjoying it. There was actually people that sat both nights, sat there and watched the band and enjoyed it. So it's just a different perspective, I think, that you need to look at it from, and the fact that it's not like a club or other places where, hey, you're there. And I think part of it, we were anticipating a better night on Saturday night as far as more of a crowd and everything, but actually Friday was better. I don't know. Casinos are they're a weird thing, and to sit and try to figure them out, I don't know the answer. I do think though, ultimately, that it is just a window dressing entertainment for people that want to sit down and have a beer or two. But from the hotel's perspective, it's about making sure the gambling machines are taking people's money. Anyways, another big weekend down. All right, everyone, we'll see you at the next gig.